going to practice the past board question papers with you. Children, they always ask me, ma'am, is it important that we solve the past question papers? And my answer is an absolute yes. And why? As I always repeat, one, it gives you an idea about the trend as to which questions are important and which questions are not important. Second, as I share the CBSE marking scheme with you, you come to know exactly how to write those answers so that you can get that perfect 100. Third, it helps you determine your speed. Practicing those papers, you come to know whether you're writing with the same speed or not, good speed or not, so that you can complete your question paper on time on the D-Day, that is on the day of your exam. And last but most important, some of the questions they get repeated. So you never know, you're a lucky man this time that many of the questions they may get repeated, that may make your question, answering, solving your papers very easy, right? So with those words, here I go. So today I'm going to discuss the past 10 years question papers from class 12 chapter 4 reproductive health, and I'm going to discuss past 10 years board question papers. So without wasting much time, let us move. We are going to discuss from 2011 to 2020. And before wasting much time, I just want to quickly give you a quick recap. You must be knowing that from this unit, 14 marks question they come, though there is no chapter wise bifurcation of the marks. And from this year, the question pattern has completely changed. You have 5 1-mark questions. Section A is for question, it contains 5 MCQ questions. The 1-mark questions are now MCQ questions. Section B has 7 2-mark short answer question. The section C has 9 short answers of 3 marks, and section D again has short answers of 3 marks, but they are little explanatory based questions, a little different questions. And section E has 3 questions of 5 marks weightage each, right? So total, if you see, it comes to 10, 15, 18, it will come to 3, 3, 6, 6, 5, 11, 20. I think it will come to 27 questions. Let me just check it once again. It is 12, 21, 22, 20. Yes, the total number of questions is 27. What the question pattern will actually be exactly, I'm sharing this page. Please pause the video, read it carefully. You will come to know how the question will be distributed from this year, has been changed from this year onwards, and what will be the question paper distribution. Without wasting much time, I'll come to 2011. Let us see what are the board questions that came in 2011. In 2011, only 2 marks questions they came from this chapter, and that was a single 2-mark question. What was the question? The question was, describe lactational amenorrhea birth method of birth control, right? So how do we describe it? So lactational amenorrhea is, you can see it in your NCERT page 60. You know that at the bottom of the page, I always give the page number from where the question has been chosen. Lactation amenorrhea is based on the principle that during the period of intense lactation after parturition, menstrual cycle and ovulation does not occur. Right, immediately after the childbirth, when the mother is breastfeeding the child, immediately after parturition, the menstrual cycle and ovulation does not occur. So therefore, as long as the mother breastfeeds the child, the chances of contraception are almost nil. So this is the question that came in 2012. Let us see what question came. You'll be surprised to know that not a single question it came from this chapter. So the value of question from this chapter in the year 2012 was 0. In 2013, again we have a 3-mark or question coming from this chapter, right? So let us see what the question was. The question was, suggest and explain any 3 art to an infertile couple. एक infertile couple को कोई भी 3, any 3 of the assisted reproductive technology, please suggest them. So it was 3 marks, 1 mark for each. Now this is the marking scheme that the CBSE gave. 1, it said you could write any 3 of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. 6 में से आप कोई भी 3 लिख सकते थे as per CBSE. First art is IVF or in vitro fertilization. This is a method where the fertilization takes place outside the body in almost similar condition, followed by embryo transfer. So half marks was for this and half marks was for this, 1 mark. Second, you could have given what ZIFT, zygote intrafallopian transfer. The zygote or the earlier embryo can be transferred into the fallopian tube, but if it is more than 8 blastomeres, it has to be transferred into the uterus. Right. Third, you could have written about GIFT, gamete intrafallopian transfer. Here the ovum is taken from a donor and transferred into the fallopian tube. Or you could have written about ICSI, intracytoplasmic sperm injection, where the sperm is directly injected into the ovum. The next is AI or artificial insemination. Here the semen collected is either from the husband or the donor is put into the vagina or into the uterus. If it is transferred into the uterus, it is called IUI. This you could have written separately. The semen is collected from the husband or the donor and produced and put into the uterus. So basically there are only 4 techniques, but NCERT, CBSE, it bifurcated these 4 techniques into 6 different techniques, and it said you could write any 3 of them and put an explanation to get that perfect 3 marks. Right. So I will insist that please pause and copy out these answers, write down these answers, learn these answers, because if you write the CBSE answers, no one can deduct a single mark. So now let us come to the year 2014. In 2014, now a lot of questions, 3 mark question, they came from this chapter, but I can see that the 3 mark also came from this chapter, and the part B of 5 mark question. 5 mark part A came from chapter 3, but the B part actually came from this chapter. So let us look at the question. Now the 3 mark question goes like this: if implementation of better techniques and new strategies are required to provide more effective care and assistance to people, then why is there a statutory ban on amniocentesis? कह रहा है कि जब हम कह रहे हैं कि नए नए और अच्छे टेक्निक रिप्रोडक्टिव हेल्थ में आना जरूरी है, तो एमनियोसेंटेसिस को बैन क्यों किया? एमनियोसेंटेसिस तो बच्चे को जन्म होने से पहले उसके जेनेटिक डिसऑर्डर्स को पता करने में मदद करता है, और एक तरफ तो हम कह रहे हैं कि वी नीड बेटर टेक्निक्स, बेटर स्ट्रैटेजीज फॉर रिप्रोडक्टिव हेल्थ, और दूसरी तरफ हम एमनियोसेंटेसिस को बैन कर रहे हैं. सो इट इज आस्किंग व्हाई इज दिस बीइंग बैन्ड, गिव अ रीजन. तो इसका 3 मार्क का क्वेश्चन था. फर्स्ट, to check female feticide. That means actually it is being misused to determine the sex of the child, leading to female feticide. You could have write an oblique means you could have either written this or this. This was a 1 mark. To detect chromosomal disorders, write the use of this technique. Then why is there a ban? This is the first question. The second question is give the use of this technique. The actual use of the technique is to detect abnormal chromosome or genetic disorder. If this is the actual then give reason, justify the reason to prevent female feticide, because that will give a change in the sex ratio in the population. Why is a ban? Because this and this last 2 are almost the same. To check female feticide. Why it is actually, it was made to check the abnormal chromosome and genetic disorders. And what justification you are giving? Because the female feticide will actually bring about a change in sex ratio in the population. I did not deal with the question as well as good as I should have. So let me repeat it once again. आपको पूछ रहा है why there is a ban? Because female feticide हो रहा है. We find the sex of the child and we kill the female child. Write the use. What is the good use? The good use is to find the abnormal chromosome and genetic disorder. Why? Justify your reason. What will happen if females are killed? Justify it. If the females are killed, that will lead to a change in the sex ratio in the population. Part B of question 5. A couple where both husband and wife are producing functional gametes, but the wife is unable to conceive, is seeking medical help. Husband is very normal. He's making the male gametes, and wife is also making female gametes. Wife is also producing female gamete, but she is unable to conceive. That means her uterus is not working well, right? As she goes to a doctor, describe any one method that you will suggest these parents to become happy parents, right? So we will ask them either to go for IVF. Female का केवल gamete बन रहा है, but she is not able to conceive for some reason, तो maybe IVF will help her, or ZIFT or AI. ये 3 मेथड आपका लिखा है, और she should go for ZIFT or she should go for AI. The answer given by NCERT is absolutely absurd. ठीक है, actually the answer should have been GIFT. No, not gift, but ठीक है. Actually, the question is little absurd. It is saying that the female is making gamete, male is also making gamete. दोनों gamete बना रहे हैं लेकिन कोई problem है. फिर भी fertility नहीं हो रही. तो अगर दोनों gamete बना रहे हो फिर भी fertility नहीं हो रही, तो या तो उनको IVF करवा दो, या उनको ZIFT करवा दो, या उनको AI करवा दो. Right? So these are the three techniques that has been suggested by the CBSE marking scheme. Coming to 2015 question paper. A 4 mark क्वेश्चन केम. मैं आपको बता दूं, एक 2 साल एक 4 मार्क का क्वेश्चन भी आता था वैल्यू बेस्ड. मतलब व्हाट इज द वैल्यू दैट यू लर्न फ्रॉम दिस टॉपिक और चैप्टर. तो इससे वैल्यू बेस्ड एक क्वेश्चन आया था 4 मार्क का. सो लेट अस सी. अब तो वैल्यू बेस्ड हट गया है बोर्ड एग्जाम से. व्हाट वाज द क्वेश्चन? Your school has been selected by the Department of Education to organize and host इंटर स्कूल सेमिनार ऑन रिप्रोडक्टिव हेल्थ. आपके स्कूल को बोला गया है इंटर स्कूल सेमिनार रिप्रोडक्टिव हेल्थ उनके प्रॉब्लम्स एंड प्रैक्टिसेस पर होल्ड करिए. मेनी पीपल पेरेंट्स आर रिलेक्टेंट टू परमिट द वार्ड टू अटेंड इट. बहुत सारे पेरेंट्स को लग रहा है नहीं नहीं नहीं, रिप्रोडक्शन के बारे में बातचीत कर रहे हैं, यहाँ बच्चों को नहीं भेजेंगे. Their argument on the topic is it is too embarrassing. How can children talk on such a topic? Put forth 4 arguments with appropriate reason to explain and justify that the topic is essential and timely. What? Give 4 reasons how you will convince those parents that yes, this is a timely and important this. So, CBSE gave many points and it said you could even give any other valid point as well. The issue of puberty in adolescent needs to be addressed to bring about awareness about the reproductive health. This will affect their physical, emotional and social well-being. To increase, this will address the problem of sex abuse and sex crimes in the country. Many of the myth and misconceptions will be cleared to the person, and at the same time, CBSE said any other relevant reason will be also accepted. Coming to 2016, let us see what is the question that was asked from this chapter. Now this is good number. 4 plus 3, 7 mark questions have been asked, right? So now let us come to this page. The question is, mention the problem that are taken care of by reproduction and child health care program, right? Mention the problems that are taken care of by RCH. ठीक है, तो मैंने आपको पढ़ाया था. And second part is what is amniocentesis and why there's a statutory ban. First, we'll come to RCH. RCH helps to address the problem of uncontrolled population growth. RCH also helps to address problems like social evils like sex abuse, STDs, any 2 points you had to give. What are the problems that are being taken care by RCH? RCH के तहत amniocentesis को रेगुलेट किया जा रहा है, अनकंट्रोल पॉपुलेशन को रोका जा रहा है, सोशल एविल्स लाइक सेक्स अब्यूज को रोका जा रहा है. What is amniocentesis? It is fetal sex determination test based on chromosomal pattern in the amniotic fluid to study the chromosomal abnormality in the fetus. Why is there a statutory ban on it? Because to check female feticide, right? So with that, now another question that was 4 mark question was asked from this chapter. मैंने कहा ना उस वक्त 4 mark question भी आते थे. A large number of married couples of the world are childless. It is shocking to know that India में female partner is blamed. A female को normally blame किया जाता है. Why, in your opinion, the female partner is often blamed for such situation? Mention 2 values that you as a biology student can promote to check this social evil. आपको क्या लगता है? ये वैल्यू बेस था, आपको थोड़ा मन से लिखना पड़ता था कि आपको क्या लग रहा है. तो कह रहा है बायो के स्टूडेंट आपको क्या लगता है? Why is the female partner being blamed and what values you would like to promote to check this social evil? Second, state 2 reasons responsible for the cause of infertility. Infertility के कोई 2 कारण बताइए and एक ऐसा टेक्निक जो कपल को हेल्प करेगा जहां पर प्रॉब्लम मेल पार्टनर में है. कोई ऐसा टेक्निक जो हेल्प करेगा बच्चे होने में इफ द प्रॉब्लम इज इन द मेल पार्टनर. सो नाउ लेट अस कम. पहला, the female is normally blamed because of the social mindset, because of inequality, because of lack of awareness, because it is a male dominated society, or any other relevant point you found relevant. Now, what awareness you would like to create? I would like to create that both male and female में infertility issues हो सकती है. There should be a mutual respect towards both the partners. I would like to educate them so that they should not believe in superstitions. Now, what are the reasons for infertility? It can be physical, abnormality in the reproductive system, congenital, immunological, psychological, like this. And what would you suggest if the male has a problem? Either I will suggest ICSI or artificial insemination or intrauterine insemination, right? Now let us come to 2017. In 2017, again, a 4-mark question was asked from this chapter. Now let us come to the question. It is commonly observed that parents feel embarrassed to discuss freely. Again 4 mark. मैंने कहा ना 3 साल तक 4 mark question आता था बोर्ड एग्जाम में. With the result of this parental inhibition is that children go astray sometimes. Explain the reason. Why do you feel that parents, they feel embarrassed? And by taking one example from a local plant and animal, how would you show this parent to overcome such inhibition about sexuality and reproduction? आपको क्या लगता है क्यों पेरेंट्स एम्बैरेस्ड फील करते हैं और एक फ्लावर या एक अदर एनिमल अदर देन ह्यूमन बीइंग को आप दिखाकर कैसे उनको दिखा सकते हैं कि नहीं, रिप्रोडक्शन एक बहुत नॉर्मल फेनोमेना है एंड टॉकिंग अबाउट रिप्रोडक्शन इज नथिंग एम्बैरेसिंग? ये आपका क्वेश्चन है. सो लेट अस नाउ लुक एट द आंसर्स. सो फर्स्ट इज why do you think the parents are embarrassed? Because either they are illiterate or they are conservative or they have misconception or social myth or any other relevant point. Now you have to take one plant and animal, so you could take any plant. मैं आपको लेना चाहिए था, you have to write that in the plant, the way in plants we have stamen and carpel, so in humans we have ovary and testis, and the way in plants the gametes are transferred, so in humans, and the way in plants, new plants, they arrive due to reproduction, so in us. So if we can discuss plant reproduction, why not humans? So you had to just give the concept of reproduction by taking any one plant and any one animal. That was allowed. You could take any one plant and any one animal and explain the reproductive organ, gamete formation, fertilization, sexual behavior, etc. Right? Now 2018. In 2018, not a single question. It came from NCR, from this chapter NCERT. So we will move to 2019. In 2019, again we find there are some mistakes over here. I don't know why page number is over here. A 3-mark question came from this chapter. So what is the 3-mark question? Name and explain the mode of action of any 2 types of IUD. I told you IUD is very, very, very important. Page 60 of your NCERT. You had to explain the mode of action of any 2 type of IUD. आपको पता 3 IUD है, and then you had to give advantage of Saheli. So there are 3 types of IUD: non-medicated, copper releasing, hormone releasing. There's an example for each one of them and how they work. Phagocytosis of sperm, they suppress sperm motility and reducing the fertilizing capacity of the sperm, and this makes the uterus and the cervix unsuitable for implantation. What is the advantage of Saheli? It is non-steroidal, once in a week. Besides that, 2 more points are there in your NCERT page 60. It has high contraceptive value and less side effect. Of the 4 points that are given in your NCERT, you had to write any 2. 2020, this year, in one of the set of question paper, the one set I took up, in that no question was asked from this chapter. So in this way we see that this chapter, though not much questions are asked in the board examination from this chapter, but still it is important because questions do come. अगर 2 नंबर का भी आता है तो आता है. So basically we found that ज़्यादा question आता है from little bit from IUD, and more questions they come from test tube baby program. Test tube baby program से questions इस chapter से आपका ज़्यादा आते हैं, so learn it well. So before I conclude, I will just say one thing. Now that the chapter is completed, your 10 years board question paper discussion is complete. Please go through my video for 10 years medical question paper discussion on this chapter. And once you are done with both the board paper and medical question paper discussion, you will be a little bit more confident as to what questions they come. Now we are over with this chapter completely. So in my next coming videos, we'll deal with the next chapter. Till then, goodbye and good luck.